going on, y'all? So the topic of today is physical attraction. You know, it amazes me to see the power of attraction over the power of self-intuition and self-common knowledge. And I see a lot of women and men that sacrifice themselves for themselves, meaning an individual can know that a person means them no well, and they will still sacrifice themselves because of that desire, that lust, that physical attraction, and put their hand on the chopping block. And the strangest thing about that is, and I said I wasn't going to talk about the women from this aspect, but at a point in time I am. But let's talk about the men. I see so many men that are just overwhelmed and baffled by a woman's attraction. And these men will pay whatever debt or whatever amount that is needed to obtain that woman, knowing full well that this woman has no physical attraction to you. And I'm using men because men are a more common, obvious factor, as opposed to as the topic of the discussion. Not leaving women out, but men are a more obvious factor. A man will meet a woman, and this woman will tell him, hey, listen, man, if you don't have the money, I can't do nothing with you for you. And I see that happen all the time. And where I come from, it's almost like you're being allowed to take this woman, or this woman is allowing you to take her to get what she desires or her needs. And psychologically, the man can still get an erection and perform a sexual act with this individual. Mind you not, I can't say what I actually want to say because I don't know if I'm going to be blocked or what, but it's almost like you're taking it and you're being allowed to take it. And that's just the strangest thing in the world to me. And as a man, if you know this woman does not physically want you, or she is not physically attracted to you, and it's a dollar amount that you can purchase her for, dude, how is it? I just want to know, how is it that your sick ass, and it's a bunch of you sick it's a bunch of you sick brothers out here. And I'm not, when I say brothers, I don't mean culture, I mean men. It's a bunch of you sick out here. And the funny thing about that is, I wonder, even when I used to be in the streets, I used to always wonder what it was about a man, some men, that could allow them to get to that state. And my mother used to always say, if he'll pay for it, he'll take it. And I never could understand that as a child coming up, but as an adult and being in the lifestyle that I used to be in, I understand that completely, because it takes a special kind of cat to be able to become intimate with a woman who he's uncertain of wanting to be sexually involved with him, and to still be able to get off, get an erection, and finish to completion. It's the craziest thing in the world to me. And that's something deep-rooted as a child that men endure. It's a self-esteem issue that men deal with from childhood into adulthood. And it's like I see this all the time. And women never pay attention to it because their eyes is just on the prize, you know? And it says something about a woman as well when you're able to be with someone that you're not physically attracted to, but you'll allow them to take you for a price. Now, here's the thing about that. I can understand, as where I come from, a lot of women have been traumatized as children, and they're used to it and they allow it. But in most cases, man, you know, I understand a portion of a hustle and you're doing what you have to do to survive. But what I cannot understand is the man just being able to go through with that, knowing that this individual has no physical attraction to you. Yes, it's a double-edged sword. Yes, it's a two-way street. I understand that completely. But the fact of the matter is, I fault the man for entertaining it and being so weak to allow the situation to transpire. But it's because, like I said, men think with their you-know-what, and it's like, man, it's one of those things that you just can't get by, and you never take the time out to think about as an adult. And when you're in that life and everyone's doing it, you just automatically assume that it's okay. But I mean, man, look, the reality of the moment, men have no real value for themselves, at least the ones that function like that. And it's like, hey man, men will destroy friendships. Men will build fake friendships with women to mislead them. And the women that allow these men to form fake friendships, sometimes they have an attraction for the man as well. And they want the man, but they still want their world. And it's accepted. And they rely upon this man because he's not their first pick. Because if you're a woman's first pick, she's not going to want to be friends with you. It's just not going to happen. If you're her first pick and she's that attracted to you, she's not going to want to be friends with you, my brother. It's not going to happen. And men will play the friend role for as long as they possibly can. And I've seen in some cases when women do it too. More or less seldom than men. But it all comes with the territory. And I say that to say this. Be careful of who you deal with. Because a lot of times we come into situations and we see the signs, but because of the attraction, we overlook them. And this is how women, and sometimes men, women more greater than men, get caught up in a great deal of complications and problems in relationships. You have to place yourself in a situation to where your mind is stronger than your desire and your lust and your body. But in most cases, in this day and age, people suffer from lack of self-esteem and so many other problems in their lives to where they need that to be deemed as special or the it factor in their lives. It's like a conquer and destroy from both parts, or should I say both sexes. And you just have to sit down and think about it. Moral of the story, man, look, y'all need to be careful what y'all doing. Use your mind, man. I mean, use your mind completely. Because if you don't take the time out to use your mind and analyze your situation, you will get caught up in a checkmate. Say life is like chess. And for those of you who don't play chess, chess is a strategic, analyzed game. You are constantly analyzing moves and making plays and figuring out strategies. And you have to do it just as quick as you do it in life. Because some people like to play on the timer. Because they don't have the patience to be sitting around waiting for your slow ass to be thinking and playing catch up. So, hey man, like I always say, it's the funniest thing in the world, man. And if you don't take the time to pay attention to that, you'll get caught up. And you will be the punchline of that joke. Y'all have a good day.